Hello YouTube, this is That Guy 781, and today we're going to be discussing the Armscor Model 206 38 Special Revolver. What we're going to do, since I haven't shot this gun yet, this is going to be like a preliminary review, and then I'm actually going to do a second review after I've shot the gun, so that way I can give you my shooting impressions. I'm just going to call that my range report, as the term I've heard being tossed around. So this is how your firearm will come when you purchase it. It comes in a little black plastic box. It's a very cheap box, nothing special about it. It has a hole for a lock, but that's not going to stop anybody from getting into this box. So don't lock this box thinking that your firearm's safe from bad guys. It's not going to be. Get a real gun safe. Alright, so we're going to open this up. There's your firearm as you see it here. But we're not going to go over the firearm quite yet. We're going to go over what's actually in the box that you get. You're actually going to get your manual, which actually covers 3 different revolvers, which I understand for cost-cutting purposes, why not just encompass 3 revolvers in one manual, save on paper, save on money, save the customer money, right? It's a revolver, so it's really not that complicated, but if you're very new to firearms, I always recommend reading the manuals. You also get this little manila envelope that has two fired casings. We have one, not sure that's steel or aluminum, and we also have a brass casing. Next up we have the warranty card, which the gun does come with a 1-year limited warranty. It's a Filipino-made gun, by the way. I'm not sure. Just for those who want to know, wonder if it's made in America. It's not. Comes with a firearm safety depends on you, a little pamphlet. There's another pamphlet, firearms responsibility in the home. It's another pamphlet. And here's what I paid for the gun. It's right there. Let me hold it so you get the liking in. Paid $249.99 plus tax and $5 background check fee. Alrighty, so let's get into the firearm itself. It comes in plastic, which was kind of hokey, just like the plastic box. It comes in like a one-size-fits-all plastic bag, but I'm like, whatever. I guess they're just trying to protect the finish, and they need to, and we're going to get into that, why they need to. Alrighty. First of all, the gun is safety checked, because it's brand new, haven't been fired. There you go, nothing in there. Alright, as stated, the gun's chambered in 38 Special, not 38 Special plus P, so I wouldn't load any 38 Special plus P rounds in it. It's actually modeled after the Colt Detective. It's a 6-shot 38 Special, single action and double action. And since this is just an initial impressions review, let's get into my initial impressions. We'll go with the pros first, and we'll get into the cons. Pros are definitely the sight picture. The sight picture is amazing on this snub nose. It's actually a lot better than one of my previous revolvers. Was the Taurus Model 85 Ultralight. I don't ever think I got around to reviewing it, but I had it for a while. I gave it to my wife, and she didn't like the recoil on it, believe it or not. I'm pretty sure she can deal with it now. Now that she's more experienced in firearms, but before she couldn't. But I do like the sights over the Taurus Model 85. I do like the grip, and I like the little wood grips. I'm not sure if they're plastic or wood. To be honest, they look like wood to me. The way it's cut, it does look like wood. That's another pro. Another pro is the single action pull, which is very nice. Double action is. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough. Gun needs to be broken in, or I had some smithing work done. I'd probably get some smith work done on that double action pull. Alright, single action pulls pretty righteous. So those are really my pros. Cons would be that double action trigger pull. It's going to definitely take some getting used to. Another con would be the quality of finishing on the firearm. It's like a matte spray paint finish. It's actually pretty nasty looking. It scratches really easily. I just scratched it just that easy. There's actually a lot of scratch marks on it just from me handling it for the past couple of hours I've had it. So don't expect a super high-end firearm when you get this, because the finish is probably not going to last you. And I'm going to show you something on the other side that kind of confirms my suspicions about the finish. When they like I said, it's like a flat black, almost like a flat black primer finish. You ever seen like someone who just primes their car black and just leaves it that way? That's what the finish is pretty much like in person. Cylinder's a little shinier, but I'm pretty sure that's just because of the oil on it. As we turn it around, that's what I want to show you. Is it has the that different cylinder release than like most revolvers. You know, most revolvers, aka like the Tauruses and pretty much any other revolver I've dealt with, you just push this part forward and then you swing out the cylinder. With this, you actually pull it back and then swing out the cylinder. So that's going to take some getting used to, definitely on my part. Another thing that I said about the finish, I'm going to try to get a close-up shot so you guys can see it. But right where that's at, see where the finish is already fading out? That's from me using this, playing with this gun for like, I don't know, 45 minutes. The finish is already fading off right behind there. So just be aware of these things when you buy this firearm. Also, notice how the hammer, the top of the hammer is black, but the side of it's not. That's you know, that's cost-cutting measures in quality as far as the finishing of the gun. Which, I mean, it really doesn't bother me that. I mean, it's a con, but it really doesn't bother me that much because I really don't care who sees the gun as long as it functions well. If I have to pull this on you, hopefully, you know, sad to say, hopefully it's the last thing you see. So I'm really not too concerned about it being a show-winning gun. I really don't care about show-winning guns as much as I do about guns that function and save my life. I mean, if you're going to be one of those guys that's just going to bash this gun for it being cheap, just please go somewhere else. I mean, if you have real experience with it and it's blown off your hand, please post a video of your mangled limb and, you know, let us know that this gun did it because it blew up in your hand or something. But just don't be a hater and just bash the gun because it's cheap and you bought another gun for $1,000 and someone showed up with this and it shot just as good as your $1,000 gun, so you're mad at the world and you just get on the internet and bash people who own them. Just don't be that guy. Alright. So the finish is really probably my only gripe. I love the fact that it's a 6-shot over a 5-shot. And the size is actually, you know, it's like a standard stub nose. This is my Kel-Tec P3AT for compare and contrast the size difference. So the P3AT is definitely smaller. But it shoots a 380, which is, you know, it's not the most powerful round out there. But then again, it's a semi-auto. It's going to be thinner. It's just going to have a smaller dimension. So overall, I'm pretty much pleased with the gun I bought for $250. Pretty much pleased. One thing, well, my wife asked me and a couple other people asked me, you know, why'd I buy another gun? Why'd I buy this gun? Why'd I buy a revolver? They're so out of date. They're so old school, you know. If you have a revolver, you're immediately going to be outgunned and all that. Well, here's how I feel about it. And, you know, of course, people can agree, disagree. But the reason I bought this wasn't for everyday shooting. It wasn't for duty purposes or anything like that, or even carry. It wasn't even for carry purposes. The reason I bought this gun was for my bug out kit, or my get home bag, or whatever you want to call it. The reason I got this gun is pretty simple. I thought about it. I tried using semi-autos in my kit. The problem I was running into was magazines. You had to have magazines. Magazines took up space. That was an issue. Also, it was more complicated to use. There's more likelihood that it would jam. There was just a bunch of reasons, and the only way I could think of solving this problem was, now this one, keep in mind, I have a couple different setups for get home bags. I usually use a smaller one, which is like a messenger type bag. And this actually would have been this actually was the ideal option. You know, depending on how it shoots, I still got to shoot it and get all that data. But I wanted to have a gun that I wouldn't be tempted to shoot a lot. I wouldn't be tempted to carry. I wouldn't be tempted to show my friends when they came over and stuff like that. Because a lot of my friends, you know, they enjoy firearms as well. So I bought this, and I'm thinking I could put this in my bag with, you know, it loaded, a speed loader, and maybe like a 25 round box of ammo. And, you know, that's 6, 12, 37 rounds of ammunition. I think that's enough to get me home. in the event that I have to shoot some, defend myself, which, honestly is really unlikely, but I'd rather have it, not need it, not have it. So actually that was my main reason for buying this, is actually not only because it was cheap, but partially, I guess you could say, a survival gun, just to get me home until I get into my, my better firearms, my 1911, my Beretta, my Sub 2000, my Remington 870, my Mossberg 500, just get me home where I can get to something better. So I think it'll fulfill that role fairly well. I mean, I don't need to be extremely accurate at like 25 yards or something. It's a snub nose. I'm looking at reasonable 7 to 10 yard fighting distance. So I think this will fulfill that purpose very well. With that, that's why I purchased the gun. My opinions on what I like, what I dislike, what comes in the box. Then hopefully the next video you guys see will be me actually shooting this gun, and then I'll go into an actual review of what it was like shooting the gun. So with that said, this is that guy 781. Thank you for watching.